I've had such a good week. 6 magic tomes, 26 workbooks, and 4 spells. Today's a very important day for me, my lovely.
But why?
A mistake. A mistake with Cedric. Mistakes are unacceptable, unprofessional. We lured the mage out with a guide, but we never caught him. Here you are. Do not be frightened. Come closer. The Master has ordered that you not be touched, as long as you remain useful.
Do you mean to intimidate me? I'll set that aside, for now.
Your hands are soaked in blood. We can sense it.
Uh-huh. Now that we've gotten to know each other, why don't you start heading in the direction of the point?
Naturally. We need to borrow something from the spellcaster's sorceress books. But we cannot enter the mage's tower. The mages are careful to prevent the adepts from entering. We might alter our appearance through magic, but the gates are all protected by the spell of disillusion. We coaxed an ignorant fool from the tower into bringing us notes on this spell, but a group of bandits stabbed him to death before we could procure them. Find the body at the fair. Learn the spell of disillusion's weaknesses. Sneak into the tower and disrupt the spell. Bring us proof of your success, and we will aid you against DuPont.
How do I disrupt this spell?
The mage had the notes on his person when he was killed. Read them. Find the weakness.
Today's...
Why?
My boy wrote to say he started studying the art of brewing elixir.
Hey, have you seen someone named Fontaine?
Yeah. He rushed in here just a little while ago. Scared stupid. He's hiding in the backyard, terrified someone's gonna come for him. He's a jittery fella.
Come out. I know you're there.
Yeah, right. So you can beat me too?
Kamos the Smith is very eager to see you.
I know. That's why I'm hiding.
In that case, I'll have to shake you out of there. Do you hear? That's better. Why are you so stubborn?
I'm trying to stay away from Kamos. I got beaten once already today. I don't need a licking from him, too.
So you're the victim. Interesting. Who beat you up?
These bandits at the fair. I left the carriage behind, too.
Bandits? You'd better go see the blacksmith and tell him everything.
But you don't know Kamos. He won't listen. I abandoned his carriage and tools. Well, that's all it'll take for him to judge me guilty.
These bandits you ran into, are they still at the fair?
No idea. I ran for it once the brawl started up. People were being beaten, stalls trashed, things stolen. I just ran. I'm not ashamed. My life is worth more than a box of tools.
My boy wrote to say he started studying.
What an intriguing village, with a very unusual magical signature. Do you know what this device was detecting?
No, of course not. But fortunately, the Creator has heard my prayers. Amanda, a neighbor of mine from Parnack, found me. Let me present her to you and she'll explain it all.
Always pleased to meet someone learned.
Let me introduce myself. I'm Amanda, a disciple of the Mage's Tower. Bernard was exceedingly nervous about the device, so I said I would try to figure it out myself. Let me see it. Give me a few minutes.
Well, what does it say?
It indicates a strong efflux of dark charms in the village, most intensely by the mountain wall. What could it be? Oh, Creator, the Mage's Tower!
Why am I not surprised to hear about mages?
Grills! There are several of these round waste grills on high, and one of them is open. That means the mages were dumping their magical garbage down on the village. The locals have nothing to do with it. We thought the villagers of Rickville were poisoning us. They've always hated us. But as it turns out, the mages are truly to blame.
Such a grave accusation must be supported by proof. Any ideas?
How about this? Let's meet in the Mage's Tower in the yard by the Market Street. I seem to recall something relevant in the archives. Not to worry, I'll figure something out.
Sorry. Oh, you're not from the fair, are you?
Hey there, girl. Are you all right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you know about the fair on the Eastern Road? Merchants from Lorien and Artisania gather there to trade.
I'm a stranger to these parts and don't know anything about the local fairs. And no, I haven't seen it.
My father, Edel, went to the fair and never returned. He promised to return within a day with a present for me, but he's still not back. Perhaps you'll learn something if you're out that way.
Oh my.
Who are you? Another one of those who want to get to the DuPont's estate? So you should know, I only guard it. I have no invitations.
So, you're the captain of those mercenaries who serve DuPont.
Ha! That's right. I wouldn't have touched him with a 10-foot pole. There was one girl, poetess, but he took her from me, bastard.
Well, maybe you should quit your mercenary work. I hear the Royal Guard is calling up all former knights.
Let them call up as much as they wish. I'm not going to return. I don't want to be blamed in Lamarok's death again. Never, ever. I'm tired of that story.
Baron Lamarok. I've heard the name. So what happened to him?
Yes, something. All right. I had a brother in arms, Baron Lamarok. He had a castle right here under the hill. I visited it quite often. So, one day we had a fight in front of the guests. A serious fight. And some bastard took advantage of that. That very night he was killed. Stabbed in the back with a dagger. In his own bedroom. I was accused of his murder and kicked out of the guard. That's it. Not a word more. And Castle Lamarok burned down soon after. Not by accident, obviously. Someone covering their tracks. But my heart tells me that some clues may have been left there. Wish I could find those bastards.
Well, I need to examine the ruins of Castle Lamarok.
You don't see that
It
every
might
day.
well shed light
What
on the
do you
mysterious
want?
death in the
Screaming
past.
and running around like an arrow.
Hey there. What's this about a mad wizard?
Mad wizard? I can't tell you much. That odd bird didn't say a lot that made sense. He burst in here, eyes all crazed and gleaming, as if someone was chasing him with a broadsword. I tried to calm him. I spoke very soothingly. Then he screamed, "Don't touch me! Palatinus's name is cursed!" and fled, never to be seen again.
So, where did he go with his gleaming eyes and all?
To the old ruins. They're not far from here.
That reminds me of Palatinus.
My boy wrote to say he started studying the art of brewing elixir.
Today's a very important day for us, my lovely.
But why?
This place doesn't look like a library to me. But Amanda has the final word on that.
It seems my worst fears have been confirmed. A short while before the epidemic began, an artifact was brought to the tower. It was excavated from somewhere deep in the ancient crypts on Mage Actarius's orders. Apparently the mage in question is our librarian. He's incredibly nasty, but he seems to reserve an especially black hatred for me. He refuses even to speak to me.
Someone else needs to talk to him then.
Since you're here, could you talk to him, please? Meanwhile, I'll try to find out something about artifacts and curses.
most important event of the semester.
Honorable Actarius, would you kindly tell me about the artifact you found in the ancient crypts?
What, again? I'm tired of explaining myself. I haven't followed that kind of research in countless years. I'm a librarian for Ulagi's sake. Ah, that crazy Amanda woman sent you, right? She's always nosing around where she's not welcome.
Octarius, there's no need to get worked up. You don't want to run afoul of Prince Adrian's envoy now, do you?
Oh, so you know the prince personally. What was it you wanted? It's just that...
I want to know why you needed that artifact, and where it is now.
I don't know where the artifact is now. This was a long time ago. There might be more about it in the research log. You can find it in the alchemy lab.
There. That's what I wanted. Here you are. How are you doing? The view nicely complements the toxins, eh?
What? What do you mean?
You tell me. About how you dumped the waste from the artifact examination out here.
How did you find out? Did that spirit send you?
What spirit? Sax, you poisoned an entire village. Do you know what will happen to you if somebody finds out?
It's not my fault. I was following the spirit's orders. Look, that artifact is possessed by a spirit. A ghost. Some restless soul. It's been haunting my dreams. Then it demanded I ignore the rules and dump the waste right over there.
I think I'm beginning to catch on. Continue.
The water was imbued with a magic that empowers the spirit. Once that water ended up in Parnac, they all got sick. Now he wants to know where the artifact is buried, but well, no one's gonna tell me that. I'm a mere disciple. An exhausted disciple.
He wants to finish what he started. I believe I know enough now.
Today's a very lovely.
But why? My boy wrote to say he started studying.
Whoa there! Look at that mad wizard go.
Yeah, you don't
My
see
heart
that
skipped
every
a
day.
beat.
What do you want? So I shielded the village daughter.
Oh, I'm so glad to see you. Did you find anything out at the Mage's Tower?
The restless ghost of a necromancer is to blame. He commanded a disciple from the tower to pour enchanted water down onto your village. The water contained a dark magic that nourished the necromancer's spirit. Something deadly for humans. That's what poisoned the villagers.
But why did this ghost want to harm our village? What did we ever do to him?
There's no why to it. The mages would have noticed the spirit and banished it at once. You didn't sense his presence, however, so he latched onto you like a tick.
What now? Will this entity feed on our strength until we all wither away to empty husks?
Who knows? The spirit's power is contained within a certain artifact. Destroy the artifact, and your life force will return. Too bad I don't know where it is.
Oh, why did I get tangled up in all this? There's no hope left for us. If someone could find that wretched spirit and bring it to justice. The entire village is dying and no one cares. How is that possible? You work for the prince, don't you? Help us. Amanda said the artifact had been dug up from those crypts on the other side of the bridge.
Oh my.
Whoa there! Look at that mad wizard go.
Yeah, you don't see that every day. What do you want?
Palatinus, we need to talk. Raise your shield, please.
Go away! Stop torturing me! My soul is afire! Can you not see how I am suffering? Oh, never again will I pursue easy money. The elementals are charging my shield right now! If you dare break into their cage, they'll tear you to pieces! Neither you nor they can get me! Now get out of here!
Venenum, magnum, letum, veritas, vista, amita, amarva, satya. Why
To
can't I
directly
remember?
connect his shield to the
Curse
spirit
this
realm.
Poison.
A
Leave me
genius
be.
indeed.
Let me focus. Stop pestering me.
That's what I need. Right. I'm doing pretty well so far. Right. I'm doing pretty well so far. Let's continue.
Why won't you let me work?
I have a guest letter granting access to the Mage Factory with your seal and signature. What do you say to that?
Yes, the letter is mine. I'll tell you the truth. My daughter Teresa is severely ill. Our healers were unable to help her, but I'd heard of someone in Artisania.
The details don't interest me. I need to know everything about your dealings with the two guests from that letter. Their names were Ursula and Albert, right?
They promised to pay for Teresa's treatment. In return, I was to create a special poison for them. You see, I uncovered a secret of the Dark Adepts. The Mage Factor named it the Widow's Kiss. I haven't a clue why. The poison drives its victims to fits of insanity. Strange name for it. I told Albert numerous times he needed to use Larianese glass flasks, but he never listened. Poor old fellow. I wonder if he's still alive.
Looks like you breathed in a lungful of that poison yourself. Stick to the point, Palatinus.
Yes, of course. I just need to focus. Those greedy aristocrats. They demanded I make them more poison. As if one order wasn't enough. Because of them, I was in a rush, and then... the boiling flask burst right in front of me, poison spraying everywhere. They ran, of course. Oh, Creator, the sound of those screams coming through the window. Dreadful.
I don't believe you. If the retort had burst in your hands, you would be mad too. How are you still able to talk, Palatinus?
I had time to take the antidote. There was little enough of it, but it was effective. And if my hands weren't shaking, I'd buy the elements. I remember nothing more. Why did I come here?
It appears from the equipment laid out here that you were about to produce another dose of poison. Were you not?
No. I know I'm making an antidote. I must eliminate Widow's Kiss to the last drop. This poison must be destroyed. But wait! Only my retort burst. The second was in Ursula's hands. That's it! They still have the Widow's Kiss! You must find them immediately!
A mummy? Is this what I need? Mummy spirit, reveal your name.
My name was Molino. It does not matter now, however. What do you want from me?
I'm aware that you want a certain artifact returned to you.
Yes. And yet, I don't see the blazing scroll on you.
Well, at least now I know what I need to search for. Is there any way you could see that blazing scroll?
I can sense it, but I can't retrieve it. The mages buried the scroll and enchanted the place to ward off the undead. You can help me. Wait! Let me gaze upon it once more. Wait!
I hope I'll be spared the typical traps and riddles this time. Another riddle? That's it. I found the crypts. I hope the treasure is still inside. The cause of all your troubles is a necromancer named Molino. He's promised to leave you alone if the stolen scroll is returned to him. There's no way to know if he's telling the truth, but I'm going to find that scroll. I wonder what it looks like.
Here's what I'm thinking. Here we are, helping the spirit, yet he was the one who made the lab assistant dump all kinds of waste on our village. Don't you think he deserves a lesson?
Is it worth it? We just want him to leave us alone, don't we?
Don't you want to teach him a lesson?
Is it worth it? Maybe it would be more prudent to just get him to leave us alone.
I'll double the reward I promised.
I'm not sure you promised any reward whatsoever, but I'll see what I can do.
Oh my.
A new meeting, Seer. And another battle.
And another battle. Tyrant is an ancient mage from the Serpentine Age who conquered flames, darkness, and gold. He will lead hordes of gargoyles, undead, and a powerful bone dragon into battle. He will smite all creatures of the void.
He might as well have asked for a dragon in return for these old stones.
So, 3 signs of all, then a dash, or is it 2 dashes? This huge breaking my concentration. Stupid and loud. Oh, familiar face. You look like you want to boost your armed power.
Wait a moment. You're the disciple with the magic quill, aren't you?
Long story. They kicked me out, but now I've found a real trade. Trolls, raw force, the endurance of stone, and total obedience.
Trolls are anything but obedient. What kind of tall tale are you spinning this time?
Until now, I have discovered a spell that can tame them. Once I have the final ingredient, I'll be taming trolls with the snap of my finger.
I've never heard of this spell. But what's the ingredient?
The Stone of Worry. I've read that this stone so terrifies trolls in its presence, a troll's mind goes soft as clay. These stones are said to be sentient and hide when they hear footsteps. I also read that they can be found along the riversides in Middle Ruin. A trip to Ruin is out of the question right now. Too many beasts and brigands. But as soon as I can manage it, I'll be in the business of selling trolls. The most important thing is to keep the stones at a distance. Otherwise, the enchantment might get out of control.
What a primitive spell. Luminous Core!
So, 3 signs of all, then a dash, or is it 2 dashes? This huge oath is breaking my concentration. Stupid and loud. So, So, 3 signs of all,
You're frightened, all right. I'm even feeling pity for the beast. Fancy that.
So, 3 signs of Alm, then a dash, or is it 2 dashes? This huge... Stupid and loud. So... Alcadolo, Reversion, Amory... Oh my dash.
I hope the Castellan didn't have any talkative
So,
skeletons in
3
his
signs
closet.
of Alm, then a dash. Or is it 2 dashes?
A key, nestled among the pages. Oh, I hope someone survived this wanton slaughter.
You're not a bandit, are you? Are they gone?
You don't look like a bandit. Tell me what happened here.
Well, I came with a friend. His name's Edel. He wanted to buy a trinket for his daughter, and then those rascals showed up. I hid beneath the stall. I was scared to even breathe. They put a noose around Edel's neck and took him away along with some others. I saw it through a crack in the boards.
For a ransom, I'm guessing.
We are simple folk. There's no gold to be had from us. Since you drove him away, maybe you could find my friend as well. His daughter Elmira will miss him badly.
I wouldn't know where to start.
The Artisanians might know something. The merchants try to speak with those brigands. They mentioned some pact, but those dogs just laughed and told them where to stick their pack. It wasn't somewhere nice either. The bandits left soon thereafter. Never touched the Artisanians, though.
The Artisanians conspiring with these brigands? How curious. The conversation with the survivor has made it clear that Cedric's brigands took the mage off to their lair. I must find him.
What are these?
3 stones inscribed with runes.
Tomatoes!
The Lino scroll must be hidden here.
Are you off your ruddy board? We barely escaped alive.
My scroll. The magic that bound it has been disrupted. It is finally mine again.
You swore on your death.
The village will be purified, and it will be safe for the people to return. And that Sax fellow can sleep easy.
You'll stop tormenting the living after that?
I shall use this scroll to revive my body. Not this one, naturally. I shall have to conduct numerous experiments first. Never before have I worked spellcraft of this kind. Rest assured, the scroll's power will not be wasted, even if in the end it is insufficient.
Somehow, I suspect that's exactly what will happen, compelling you to find a new victim for your magic.
Naturally, if the circumstances warrant.
To ensure no one else gets hurt, I'll have to destroy the scroll.
No, you wouldn't dare. Stay back. Back, I say.
So much power. Curious. Greetings, Artisanian. I happened to take a stroll through the Eastern Fair.
It was horrible. Plundering and butchering innocent people in broad daylight. There's no keeping them in check.
I heard that our guests from across the sea have an arrangement with the bandits.
I'm not aware of anything like that.
I believe you, of course. Right now, I'm searching for the lair of those bloodthirsty bandits.
Perhaps our interests align in this case. Their gang leader is Cedric. I'll pay a bounty for his death.
I'm not a mercenary, but that is a very attractive offer nonetheless.
Get yourself some clothes from those crates over there. Meanwhile, I'll issue a few orders.
What use are these filthy rags to me?
Simple. You need to pretend you're one of them. Cedric has an impregnable hideout among the rocks. If they suspect anything untoward, the entrance will be closed. You need to get in there, don't you? Go ahead and disguise yourself.
I've had to wear all kinds of outfits in my work. First a prison uniform, now a bandit's rags.
The perfect disguise. I'll show you their hideout on your map. Head there as soon as you can. Remember the passphrase, lemon fudge.
Didn't you just finish saying you knew nothing about these bandits? You're a true Artisanian, Damien.
Browsing is free.
Medicaments, medical supplies, for every area. Piles,
Good afternoon. Heading to the elevator, are we? Are you headed for the port by any chance?
Perhaps. Why do you ask?
Oh, it's just a trifle. There's a young woman who lives there. Her name's Jeanette, and I'm Kramer, the merchant. You might remind her of me and my grain.
Why not go down there and remind her yourself?
How can I? The Artisanians don't let anyone descend, in light of the threat presented by Cedric the Bandit. That's according to Damien. Curse him. I've already paid for the grain, and soon it's gonna rot. But if you could talk to Jeanette, the elevator is still working. You can go up whenever you want.
Did you see my notice? I'm so glad you came. These lands are supremely gorgeous, are they not?
Sea and rocks are nothing special to me. It's just like the Black Castle.
As an artist, I couldn't ask for a better location. It's so beautiful, but windy, as it says in the name.
Would you believe it? The wind swept one of my paintings right off the cliff. And the client is very demanding. They're not just going to wait.
And I cannot simply go down and get it. I had a falling out with the residents once, and now they've banned me. So awkward. My only hope is that some kind passerby will oblige an old man infatuated with the sea.
Did you hear that? A man-eating troll is within the old
I never had any plans to visit.
Only those
authorized by Sir Damien may
descend
to the castle real quick.
The most meaningless of all his crusades. So many dead. And what for? Nikas? You're probably unaware of what a wimp your grandson Brand has become.
What? My grandson is anything but a wimp. Before he left, he declared in no uncertain terms that he intended to be a free man. What happened?
Briefly, Brand's wedding has been called off because of his indecisiveness. He has proven to be severely lacking in character, despite Brand's obvious flaws. The girl refused to give up. She sent me to search for some way to infuse Brand with courage. She needs to bolster his spirit so he can propose to her again.
What a resourceful young maiden. If I were 20 years younger, I'd be competing for her heart myself. But what was her name again?
Marlena.
Marlena, huh? We must help Brand win the Fair Maiden again. I have an idea. All we need is a drop of fire blood. Do you know about fire spirits? They'd make for an excellent amulet of bravery. On the other hand, my books...
I've heard of them. But what do they have to do with Brand?
Never mind the finicky details. Heroes like you generally shouldn't. Tell you what, let's tell your fortune instead. Which do you choose? The book or the sword? I could tell right away you were a smart one. Note that this tome is a volume of the On Elemental Behavior series, authored by Sanguinus himself. It's just as rare as Elemental Blood, but I was able to find the whole series in Terrence's store in Floster.
And was Terrence able to close his shop and retire after you purchased them?
Unfortunately, Eulagi arranged that Erasmus, my old acquaintance from the Mage's Tower, was perusing the titles that day as well. Sometimes it seems as if Erasmus spies on me in order to snatch up everything dear from beneath my fingertips. And so it was with these books.
Did he buy the volumes instead?
First, Erasmus drove up the price by outbidding me, but then he offered to split the cost and share the use of the books. This would have been fine. Except Caithorn organized a quarantine outpost on the road to Floster, where Erasmus lives. I contacted him and requested the books to be teleported to me. I was about to head for the outpost, but your arrival distracted me. Now I recall that I have a drop of fireblood stowed away somewhere. I can prepare the ritual myself as long as there are no distractions.
A bell? I guess I scared him with my approach. What if I give this stone to the troll?